It's time to focus on the things you need, the things you deserve. You deserve a healthy body, supplements that get you moving and keep you moving, that make you feel good, look good, do good. And they shouldn't contain GMOs, artificial ingredients, or heavy metals, ever. Supplements that are clinically studied, use proven absorption technologies, are designed by scientists, and are ethically sourced and produced. Supplements with everything you need, nothing you don't. You deserve a company that you can trust, that's dedicated to safe manufacturing practices and third-party testing, that ensures the highest quality of effectiveness from extraction of ingredients all the way to the composition of the packaging. Wait a second. You deserve to see the process. You deserve a company led by a CEO with a deep belief in the power of people, dedicated to inspiring entrepreneurs to achieve success. A company with a phytonutrient chemist and expert on natural molecules who is obsessed with human health and has your best interest in mind to design its products. A board comprised of talented doctors from around the world. You deserve to be surrounded by people you trust and look up to. Empowered ambassadors that inspire wellness every day. Leaders who are rooting for you to be the best version of yourself. A community that works hard and plays hard. You deserve to experience adventures that take you around the world, and you deserve to be recognized for your hard work. It's time to get what you deserve. It's time to shift your focus. 3.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Steve Sabo, and I'm excited to be here with you. Tonight, you're going to learn about the 3 business opportunity presentation in which I'm going to talk about the business, going to talk about the products, and be sure to stay to the end when we're going to have 3 great testimonials. So, as I said, my name is Dr. Steve Sabo. I'm a board-certified emergency doctor. And I worked in New York and New Jersey for 28 years until about 2 years ago. At that time, I realized I needed to make a change. And so I left my job as an ER doctor. My wife and I sold the house and we moved down here to Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. When I arrived, I realized I needed to do something other than clinical medicine. And I wasn't sure at the time what that was going to be. I received a phone call from a gentleman that you're going to learn about tonight. His name is Daniel Picou, the owner of our company. And he asked me if I would like to be on one of the doctors on the scientific advisory board of a company he was forming. And it was a company that was going to have high quality anti-aging and wellness products. I said yes. And before I knew it, I was leaving and flying to the opening launch of this company in the US. And I spoke at the convention, and then I was invited to speak at the Asia launch of the company in Hong Kong, and this was in May of 2023. I tell you this because sometimes in life you have these kind of aha moments. And I remember when I made that decision years ago that I was going to be a medical doctor. And I had a similar aha moment on the stage in Hong Kong where I was speaking. I remember clearly it was on collagen and wellness and health products. They're translating my words into Mandarin. And again, I was looking for something I could be passionate about like I was when I worked as an ER doctor. And it just hit me, that aha moment, like, I could never have imagined that I would be here making an impact on the other side of the world. I came home, I told my wife, we spoke about it, and we do this business together. We speak to people every day and tell them about the business. We tell them about the products and see who wants to make a change like I did. Again, you don't have to be a doctor to do this, but for me, it was time for a change. So I'm going to talk and do the presentation in a couple of minutes. But as I do the presentation, I'd like you to think of three things. You see, first of all, let me tell you that I put my reputation as a doctor on the line for this company and for these products. And the reason I do that is because there are three areas of credibility that put this company and the products above all the others. Number one, all our products are in the PDR, the physician desk reference. Again, we'll go into more detail during the presentation. Number two, we have a study on absorption. Lots of supplement companies say that they have better products, that they get absorbed, but we have proof in our scientific study. And number three, we have an epigenetic study, which means that we have proof, a scientific study, that our products actually alter the genes in your body, and all for the better. Again, I'm going to talk about those, but I wanted to bring those 3 points up before I started so you can think about that as we do the presentations. So 3 is a company that was founded in 2023, in February of 2023. In Las Vegas, Nevada, there were some 20 global entrepreneurs, millionaires who got together and put this company together. And our foundation is based on an effort from this group of original people in Las Vegas that weekend in February. So our company is located in Lehi, Utah, which is right outside Salt Lake City. We have offices in Jakarta, Indonesia, and Hong Kong. We're about to open an office in Taiwan. And the company launched, remember that meeting was in February 2023, and it was launched in May of 2023. I remember I was at this event here, and this is our global field leadership at the opening meeting in Salt Lake City at the launch in May of 2023. I got the honor of being on the stage here for this ribbon cutting, as well as the one in Hong Kong about a month later. And what wonderful leaders, always willing to share their knowledge with everybody, whether you've just started, whether you've been there for a while. Everyone there is just so helpful at teaching people. I always say when you look at a company, it's so important to look at the management team because, yes, of course, you want to look at the business plan, you want to look at the products, but the management team really tells you a lot about what a company is about. And it starts with our CEO and founder, Daniel Pacu. Again, this is the gentleman that invited me to be on the scientific advisory board as the company was being founded. I knew him from a prior company. I can vouch to his integrity. He's started several million-dollar companies, and he is well equipped to lead our company into the future. The gentleman in the middle I've gotten to know very well because this is Dr. Dan Gubler. He's our Chief Scientific Officer and the leader of the Scientific Advisory Board. So the best thing I can say about Dr. Dan is he's a leader. He's got passion for what he does. I look up to him. I'm always learning something from him. He's Caltech trained, and he's always teaching us, always teaching the people in 3 and elsewhere about good health and supplementation. And finally, the gentleman on the right, Troy Moore, is our COO, our Chief Operating Officer, and he's responsible for making sure everything gets to where it needs to go and the operating management of the entire company. And you'll see that we are in 15 different countries, so he's really got his hands full. Now let's talk about the opportunity itself. Our business model is cross-border social e-commerce. So what does that mean? It's kind of a lot of words. It's cross-border, meaning that we do business in these countries that are listed below. We're in 15 different countries, and it's just as easy as I say to get a customer or business partner across the street from me here in Florida as it is to sign somebody up as a customer or business partner in China or in Canada. It's social, it's word of mouth. We spread the business and the product information by word of mouth, and it's e-commerce. It's online. You don't have to, you don't have to stock the product at home. And check out all the different countries that we're in. And this is only in phase one. And all of these countries opened up on day one back in 2023. We're in China, we're throughout Asia, the Philippines, New Zealand, Australia, truly a global business. Target market. So who's our target market? You know, people that want to do a business, they want to know, well, who am I going to go talk to? Who am I going to talk to about this? And it starts with the entrepreneur, an entrepreneur who might be looking for either a full-time business to replace what they have, or most people do this as a side stream of income. And the great thing about this business is it's not 9 to 5. You can do this on your own time and your own space, so you fit it into the hours of the day as needed. Well, do you want better health and wellness? And certainly that's a great reason for starting this. We all want to live healthy lives, and this is a great way, and you're going to learn about the products in a little while as well. And then community. You know, you saw in that video in the beginning, the community, and it's a wonderful community. You know, there are different pillars of longevity, and community and social interaction is one of those pillars. And we have a great social community here in 3. So the approach to wellness, it's changed over the years. We talk about an old paradigm, we talk about a new paradigm. And the old paradigm was reactive wellness. You know, you get sick, you go to the doctor. Now, proactive. We want to do something about our health before we get sick. They always used to say, you are what you eat. Now we say you are what you absorb. And remember, that's one of the pillars of credibility that I talked to before I started tonight. And finally, used to say your DNA is your blueprint. And now we talk about putting together phytonutrients, nutrients from whole foods and from plants. And again, remember that proactive wellness, that is wellness that we take care ahead of time, is epigenetics. It's affecting your genes. And we're able to do that and extend our lives. Remember, longevity is not just about lifespan, it's about health span and being healthy while you're living longer. And it's all based on nutrients, phytonutrition, lifestyle, environment, absorption of ingredients. These all affect these epigenetics we're talking about. Well, the Scientific Advisory Board, I honored. I am one of the members of the Scientific Advisory Board and honored to work with Dr. Dan and the other doctors here. The doctors come mostly from the US, but we have several doctors from Indonesia and from Japan. And you know, what you have to realize here is we don't get paid for this. This is an unpaid position. We do this because of the credibility, because we believe in what we have at 3 International, and because we want to help people, we want to teach people, and we want to make people healthier as well. So the Scientific Advisory Board. So we talk about pillars. You know, Dr. Dan developed all the products here. They're great products. We're going to talk about them in a minute. But he always refers to, at 3, the 3 pillars of the science of our products. And it includes exploration, curation, and absorption. Exploration. Dr. Dan travels around the world looking for substances that can help with human health. For our newest product, our moisturizer in the skin series, he actually went to Mount Fuji in Japan to get some of the ingredients for this product. I'm going to be talking about that in a few minutes. And then what he did is he put some of these substances together. That means he curates the product. And then the third pillar is absorption. And I'll be talking and showing you our absorption study, because remember, it's not what you eat, but rather what you absorb. So, credibility number one, like I referred to. Let me go into a little more detail. It's the PDR. All of our wellness products are in the PDR, and our skin serum is the first skin serum in the PDR. And I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But the PDR used to be called the physician desk reference, and now it's called the prescriber's digital reference. And it's kind of like the Bible for doctors and healthcare professionals. And to be recognized in this book is really a tremendous honor. It really is. And all 6 of our products, I don't know of another supplement company that has all of their products in the PDR. So remember, credibility number one. Here's our studies, okay? And the second and third credibility is going to be our cellular absorption study and our epigenetic study. Let me just sum them up briefly. So many supplement companies say our products get absorbed. Sure they do. They're the best. Sure they are. But here's the question you want to ask yourself. Do they have scientific studies? Well, guess what? Here at 3 International, we do. And our absorption study was created with 4 of our 4 of our products. And what they did is they compared our products against curcumin or turmeric. The spice turmeric is a substance that you might sprinkle on your salad. No absorption technology. So if you compare the absorption of that versus our products get 3.5 to get this 9.5 times more absorbed than just sprinkling the curcumin on your product. So again, credibility number 2. And the epigenetic study is credibility number 3. 4 of our products were tested against genetic markers, and they showed improvement in the genetic markers across the board. And some of these genetic markers include GLP-1. That's the substance that a lot of the weight loss drugs act on to help you lose weight. And BDNF, which is a factor in the brain that can help with memory. Our collagen product that I'm going to tell you about actually helps with memory in the brain. It increases exponentially this levels of this BDNF. So our products actually affect the genes in your body. And then finally, our third study on a superoxide dismutase. It's a substance in our a product that helps with inflammation, our Revive, and also showed improvement. So we have the studies as well. Now let's talk about our 6 wellness products. And I'm going to start with Vitalite. Vitalite is our multivitamin. It includes 5 pills in a packet, and it includes 72 trace minerals and vitamins. It includes a berry blend. It includes digestive enzymes. It includes probiotics. And finally, it also includes an omega fish oil that comes fresh from Norwegian salmon. It's the building block of everything that we need nutritionally. And I say it's a product that we all need to be on. The next product is one of my favorites. It's Revive. Revive is our anti-inflammatory product and contains curcumin, which is an ingredient from the spice turmeric. Curcumin itself is the world's most potent natural anti-inflammatory. And so it also is an antioxidant, helps us fight against something called free radicals. And this is a great product. Everyone says it's great for recovery after you work out. You have aches and pains, maybe you have joint aches. This is a great product. But I think it's not only good for that, but it's also great because all of us have inflammation in our body. We have it from the environment, from the foods we take. And it's so important to get that inflammation down that I believe that we all should be taking this product for that very reason. Immune or Immune is our immune product, and it helps strengthen both the adaptive and the innate immune system. Got lots of great substances in it, such as elderberry and nano silver, and it helps strengthen the immune system. And specifically, it helps in the gut. Did you know that actually 80% of the immune system is in the gut? So this is strengthening the gut, strengthening the immune system. The next one is Purify, which is our detox agent. And it's a great substance. You can, well, maybe you can't see the pills there, but they're green because they have a substance in there called chlorophyllin. It helps detox the body and take the toxins out. Remember, we said you get toxins from the environment, from the foods, toxins in the skin, and it detoxes the 5 detox organs. The next product is my favorite product, and it's a purple packet. It's a liquid with a berry flavor called Eternal or Eternal. It's our antioxidant or anti-aging blend, and it includes glutathione, it includes CoQ10, and it includes resveratrol. They're all antioxidants. Again, that means they fight against these bad substances called free radicals, and they're great for longevity. You may not know, but glutathione actually decreases as we get older. A lot of people go to intravenous bars to get intravenous infusions of glutathione, but we have a product here that gets absorbed, and we have the study to prove that 95%. So it's up to you. Do you want an intravenous with glutathione, or do you want a Eternal, which gets absorbed 95%? And finally, our last wellness product is collagen. This is our collagen product. It's a liquid collagen, and it has marine collagen, 5 grams, that supplies you in the 10 days that you take it. This product only has 10 packets. It's a month's supply. But then it also has pomegranate juice. And the pomegranate juice stimulates your cells to produce collagen on the 20 days that you're not taking this. So it's 10 days on, 20 days off. And these are our wellness products. Let's move on to the Visage collection. Visage is a French word for face, for those of you who don't know. And we have our skin serum, we have a toner, a moisturizer, and a cleanser. And so included in this, the skin serum and the moisturizer is the world's first neurocosmetic, the first of its kind. And that's why it's included in the PDR. So what's a neurocosmetic, you ask? Well, it's a skin serum that you put on your face, and it helps with wrinkles and spots, but it goes deep down into your skin, stimulating the neurons, the nerve cells, which feed back into the brain, causing a release of neurotransmitters, DHEA and serotonin. And what they do is they actually put people in a good mood. And I can testify to this one, they help you sleep. People are sleeping better with this product. And so this is a great series of products. The creme caviar, our newest, is the moisturizer, but neurocosmetic, the first of its kind. So let's talk a little bit and switch gears and talk a little bit about the business. It's a turnkey business. So what does that mean? Well, when you become a brand ambassador, if you were to join us, you get your own replicated website, e-commerce ready. So that means that when you want to show the business, show the products to someone, you have your website. They want to join you. You sign them up right on the website. You also get a back office, which tracks your team, tracks your customers, tracks all aspects of your business. And then on that back office, you also have marketing tools, you have media tools that help you promote your business. And then finally, and most important, for those of you interested in linking arms with us, we have a great duplicatable training system. So it's not something where you, quote, have to reinvent the wheel, but it's something that we have in place with videos and teaching and leaders who are out to help you in building your business. Financial reward. So how do you make money? And here's 6 ways that you can make money. The first way is when you sell products, you get what they call retail commissions, and you get 25% of the box of product that you sell. There are introductory bonuses. So when you bring someone into the business and they buy one of the introductory packs, you can get an introductory bonus up to $350, depending on the pack that they buy. When you sign people up and they join your team, you make what they call an override on the money that they make. And then you get stuff like referral matching bonuses. When you reach a certain level, you can qualify for a global bonus pool. And then if you get something called the Founders Pack, you can qualify for the Founders Pool as well. So here are your 6 ways of making money. You know, besides the community, which I love in this company, there's nothing better than travel. I don't know how many of you like to travel, but this is a trip that you got to choose if you qualified, either to go to Vietnam or to Cabo. And the qualification dates ended in February, and the Vietnam trip is going to happen in the summer and Cabo in the fall. And these are only 2 of the trips. The trips are great. You get to mingle with the community, as I talked about, and you get to get rewarded for your hard work. And then finally here, as far as trips go, the 6-star resort. Last year, the 6 stars were taken on a Ritz-Carlton cruise. And this year, and the dates end in July, they're going, get this, to Monaco and France. Should be another great trip for the leaders in the company. So how do you participate? So I've told you about the business. I've told you about the products. Maybe you want, number 1, you want to be a retail customer. That's simple. You get back to the person that brought you here, and he or she can sign you up as a customer. Or maybe you like the thought of having your own business and working with these health and wellness products. Well, you can become a business partner. And how do you do that? Well, you get back to the person that brought you here and you enroll as a brand ambassador for $30. And that's a yearly fee that we all pay. And then you choose a package, something from the simple intro package all the way up to the Pro Collection at $2,800. And this gives you the biggest bang for your buck, so to speak, the most product. And that is how you become a brand ambassador. Now, don't go anywhere yet. I'm going to stop sharing because I have 3 people that are going to give their testimonials. And I'd like to bring everyone back on screen right now for the testimonials. And we're going to hear from, in a couple minutes, from Jody, Judy, and Trevor. And the first person I'm going to introduce is Jody Florman from Sedona, Arizona. and I don't want to steal your thunder, Jody. So why don't you tell us a little about who you are and tell us your testimonial? Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you very much, Stephen. Jody Florman here from Sedona, Arizona. I am really excited to be here with you today. I've been self-employed most of my life. I've built numerous small companies in the arts and design and construction fields. And I've always taken care of myself financially, sorry, not financially. I've always taken care of myself spiritually, within the wellness platform and from a creative standpoint, but I've really not taken care of myself from a financial point of view. My father was an accountant, and I used to drive him crazy because I really am an artist at heart. So I always thought that I had plenty of time and that I could take care of all of that later. So I had moved to the Verde Valley here in this northern Arizona area, and I had a brand new husband and a beautiful new home, and I had work lined up for 3 years, and then the downturn of 2008 happened, and I lost my house, my husband, and my home in the space of a week. I was in my late 50s at that point. So that does not give you a lot of time to build lasting wealth. And it took me about 8 years to come back from that. So when my friend Gary Wharton said, come and join me in this new platform, because you possibly won't be working until you're in your 80s, I thought it was a great idea. So in the last couple of years, not only have I been able to begin to build a very viable business through 3 International, I've also pared down my huge supplement use to the 6 products. I'm probably in better shape than I have been most of my life, and I'm about to turn 68. And I have built a really beautiful community of people. So I'm very excited to be on this journey and to participate with all of you. And I invite you to come join us all here. Thank you.
And
Steve.
Judy, that's what, I'm sorry, go ahead. Jody.
I just said thank you.
Oh, sure. So again, community, right? You were attracted by the community like I was. And I love what you said about the supplements, that you were able to cut down on the amount of supplements because of the way we curate the products here, the way Dr. Dan designed them. And so it's really helped different areas of your life financially and health-wise too, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Jody. So next I'd like to bring up not Jody, but Judy Baggett. She comes from Alberta, Canada. And Jody, I want to welcome you to the Zoom. Please introduce yourself and tell us about your testimonial.
Well, thank you, Dr. Sabo. I'm really pleased to be on here tonight. And just a little bit about myself. As Dr. Sabo said, I'm Judy Baggett from St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. And I'm 79 years old. And I am a wife and a mother, a grandmother, and a great-grandmother. And I have been in this platform, not this type of platform, for close to 40 years. And what got me started in this industry is the idea of the leverage. Now, John Paul Getty said, I'd sooner have 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than 100% of my own. And that made so much sense to me. So I've been in different platforms, but there has been no other platform like 3. This has been truly a wonderful ride and a wonderful experience. And the thing that has got me with 3 is because it stands for love and for being a servant. And that is so important to me. And you know what? I have seen it, like with this business, there's been 4 different things that really have stood out. And one, of course, is the company. And Daniel PQ and his whole corporate staff. It's about caring and it's about love. And you can feel that when you're at the conventions and everything. They just, no matter how much of a leader you are or how new you are to the business, you're important. And that is so wonderful. And then of course the product. And as Dr. Sabo said, the product it's out of this world. Um, just one couple things I'd like to mention is the collagen for one thing. My husband is in a facility with dementia, and he's been there now for close to 4 years. But in the last 4 or 5 months, because I've started giving him the collagen and the Revive, which I wasn't doing before, I have seen an improvement. He is more cooperative, he's a bit more coherent, and he's happy. And so that means so much to me. So I can be really proud to share this product with confidence because of all of the things that Dr. Sabo said, all of the credibility we have behind that product. And the other thing is our compensation plan. Like I've been with a lot of different compensation plans, but the binary one where we're working with two teams only, one on our left and one on our right, there's nothing like that, because people above you and people below you, we're all working together as one. And that's what makes that so important. Community is another thing, and Dr. Sabo also mentioned that. It is so great to work with like-minded people. Not only work with them, but play with them. I can't believe, because of the bonuses and the rewards that the company gives us, I get to rub shoulders with so many of these leaders in Vietnam in August, and I can't wait. So I truly recommend anybody who's looking at this for the first time, or maybe the fourth or the fifth time, get back to the person that invited you and tell them you either want more information or that you want to get started. You will look better and feel better if you're going at this for the proactive health or for just simply feeling better. And pretty soon people start to notice and they ask you, what are you doing? So then you can share with them. Pretty soon your products are paid for and you start making the kind of money that can acquire the dreams that you have. So in closing, I'd like to say a quote that I've gotten from one of my mentors. And that is, what are you doing so great in your life right now that you can't take a chance? Take a chance that could change your life forever. And also, realize the dreams that you probably have put on the shelf because you never thought you'd make them. So thank you, Dr. Sabo, and thank you everyone for listening.
About so much. You talked about community, a great community. You talked about the leadership that's wonderful leadership that's helping everybody. And you talked about a lot of other things. So not much to add to that. So thank you. Thank you, Judy. Thank you for what you do. I'm going to move on now to, I believe, Nashville, Tennessee. And we have Trevor. So Trevor, I'm going to invite you to come on. Welcome to the Zoom. Please introduce yourself and tell us your testimonial.
Thank you very much. My name is Trevor Devol, and I am currently on a trip. I'm moving from Sedona, Arizona to Richmond, Virginia. I have family there, and I'm really looking forward to actually bringing this information to them. So I just want to step back and tell you a little bit about my background. So I basically, as an adult, my adult career has been in the trades. I had a house painting company for a while. I've been in maintenance, property management. I've also done plumbing as well. So working with my hands, getting a paycheck because of how much time I put into something is basically kind of, where my mind's been at. And all the while, concurrently, I've actually been really passionate about health and wellness. And that has led me to work with a plant medicine called ayahuasca. And I spent the past 11 years traveling down to Peru and working with a shaman down there. So I'm actually really passionate about, plant medicine, phytonutrients, working with, good supplements. And so this has been in my wheelhouse at the same time. Um, and recently, I actually put that all into a company called Somogenesis. And so I'm really excited about that. It's basically my life's work. And you know, I've been thinking about how to basically breathe life into that. And I would say, you know, enter stage left, the three magic. And so I was at the gym in Sedona, and I was packing up my stuff, and I walked out the door, and my phone was making a really strange noise, and I looked down and realized it's not my phone. And so I went back in the gym, and then here comes Dr. Lena Gamble, and I didn't know her at the time, of course. And we just, you know, it was just this funny moment where I took her phone and I didn't even realize it because we had the same matching phone case. And so we exchanged, you know, our names and, you know, said hello. And then 3 days later, I'm working on a job and I see her walking down the street. I'm thinking, okay, this is getting interesting. And so at that point, you know, she told me that she's staying at a house, you know, which was right across the street from where I was currently working. And it was a house that I'd been to earlier on an emergency plumbing call. So all these pieces came together. I was convinced. I told her, look, we obviously need to connect. There's a message that I have for you and you have for me. And so, which is normal in Sedona, if you understand that. And so we ended up having dinner. Soon after I met Gary, you know, they introduced three. Everything made sense to me. And yeah, so you know, the what I like so much about three is that the products are clean. They're very, very clean. So that's something that's extremely important to me, you know, because I've tested tons of products. I've spent tons and tons of money, you know, on lots of different products, you know, following different companies and seeing what they do. This company also has a lot of integrity, and that is something that is definitely important to me. Integrity, you know, I could tell right away, you know, with the people that I've met. And then the third thing is community. And so the people that I've connected with all are very heart-centered individuals. And for me, that just lights me up. I mean, I love to work with people. I love to hear their stories. I love to share information. And I feel like I've stepped into something really powerful and really profound. And so with that, I just want to say that I'm excited about this opportunity, and that I'm also excited that it's a way for me to um, basically move towards financial freedom while also building community with my friends. So, you know, for me to be able to have those two worlds combined is, I mean, it's just monumental. So with that, thank you so much. I really appreciate the time. Thank you for having me on. And yeah, this is a great company.
Thank you, Trevor. Thank you. Thank you very much. So it's for you, it's community, integrity, great quality products. Guys out there, do you see a pattern here? So I'm going to wrap it up right now. I want to thank our three guests with their testimonials. Thank you very much. And so to you out there, you've seen, I talked about, as a medical doctor, I talked about the three areas of credibility that we have here. Our great products, our business model, the community that we have. We talked about longevity. And so if you're interested in number one, becoming a retail customer, or number two, joining us and becoming a brand ambassador, get to the person who sent you here tonight. And thank you very much.